Hello everyone, this is Ben from VGBlaster, and today I'm doing a product opening on the new Gold Paladin CARDFIGHT Vanguard start deck, Knight of the Sun. So if you're a new player to Vanguard or thinking about taking up the game, this is probably the product you're going to want to get, especially this over the other start deck, the first start deck, the Gear Chronicle one, just because the cards in this are a lot better, you get a lot better support in this deck alone. So yeah, if you know you're short on money and can't decide between the two start decks, I'd say this one's the superior one for what you get in it. And you're going to want to pick up two of them because there are only two copies of some key cards for the deck if you wanted to make it just from these start decks. Oh, so let's crack this open. Have a look. So this is relatively cheap. I'm in the UK and this was about £7, and I think in America it's about $10 or something like that. So they're very cheap. So yeah, pick up two, and you pretty much got a fairly competitive deck to get you started. So you get a starter's guide in it, like with most trial decks, and you also get like a paper playing field, which I think is a really nice colour actually. I like the golden blue, and then on the back, if you're not familiar with the cards, it just shows you a few things, how to possibly use the deck, and then an advertisement for Fighters Collection 2016, which comes out next month. Yeah, so this deck is full of Gold Paladins. Gold Paladins have a bit of support already, and they're getting, this deck specifically is getting more support in June in G-Set 7. So yeah, now's a good time to pick it up really. So let's start. I think you get two. Yep. So grade 4s, you get two of. This is a new stride. This is Golden Dragon, Ray Breath Dragon. New keyword for Gold Paladins: Unite, which activates when you call two units to either Rearguard or Guardian Circle. That's either just calling from your hand or superior calling through the effects of Gold Paladins. This guy's effect is when you are in Unite, this card gets 5,000 power, and all Rearguards in your front row gain plus 2,000 power. He's alright. He's not the best, but there isn't a lot of great options for Gold Paladin at the minute until the next set, hopefully. So yeah, he's not bad. He's a good card. Can apply pressure, make some numbers up. You get two copies of Sunrise Ray Knight Gurguit, one hollow, one not. The same as with Ray Breath Dragon as well. One's hollow, one's not. So this is a reprint of the card that came out in GBT3. His effect is Generation Break 2, Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. At the beginning of your guard step of the battle that this unit is attacked, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top four cards of your deck, search for up to one card from among them, and call it to Guardian Circle at rest, and then shuffle your deck. So basically, when this card's being attacked, you can activate its ability, look at the top four cards of your deck, and call one as a guard. They've shown a few spoilers for the next set. There's going to be a lot more cards that benefit from being called from the deck to Guardian Circle. They gain more shield, or if they call to Rearguard, more power, things like that. So hopefully when the new support comes out, this will be even better. But it is a good kind of defensive strategy. You can hit a perfect guard, obviously, off this. It was a bit odd when they announced it. It was a bit of a weird thing for Gold Paladin to have, but it's interesting, to say the least. And he has a secondary effect of Counter Blast 1 during your turn. When your unit strides on top of this card, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top four cards of your deck, call up to one of them to Rearguard. Yeah, it can be any Rearguard, it can be an Occupied, and then shuffle your deck, and that unit gets plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. So that's kind of your standard Gold Paladin mechanic right there. So our other grade 3s, we get 4 copies of Divinity Lancer Dragon. His ability is on Vanguard of Rearguard Circle when you're in Unite. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, this unit gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the battle. So this card's not great. These are kind of what comes with your trial decks when you get for your set 3s, your grade 3s, sorry. So this is where you kind of want to buy 2, so you get 4 Gurguits. Just kind of optimize that out. But he's not terrible. He can make up some magic numbers with certain boosters. So yeah, if you are running a budget build, he isn't terrible, to be fair. And finally, for grade 3s, we have Blade Cross Lion. On Vanguard, he has a Generation 1 skill of when this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 6k until the end of that battle. And another effect of Counterblast 2, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, search for one card among them and call it to R, put the rest on the bottom of the deck. So it's the same as Gurgwit. When you stride upon him, it doesn't get in 2k. This guy's not great, mainly because he's a 10k base and can get bullied by rearguards, especially against certain decks. He does gain 6k when he attacks, which does make magic numbers against vanguards. But yeah, he's not great. Usually, if you are just going for the Trial decks, I'd usually replace him with the other 2 Gurgwits. So moving on to grade 2s, we have just our 10k vanilla, which is Knight of Dawnlight Jago? I know I'm going to butcher some of these names, I'm afraid. It wouldn't be a VGBlaster video if I didn't. So next grade 2s, I like this. This card's very interesting. I really like this card. This is Holy Mage Elo, I think is how you say it. His effect is Counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search it to one card among them and call it to an open rearguard circle. Put the rest into the bottom of your deck in any order. So obviously when he pays is if you do hit and pay the cost, he goes into the soul, so you're going to have an open circle if you had a full field before anyway. So his effect will always go off. So he obviously on hit can replace himself. That's just good for putting in damage in or putting pressure onto your opponent to guard him. So he's very good. I do like him very much. Once again, you only get 2 of him, so another reason why you want 2 of these start decks. Next, we get 2 copies of Knight of New Sun Catalyst. His ability is Generation 1, Unite. I should also point out that Elo isn't Generation 1, so you can use him early game for a bit of pressure. Yeah, when you're in Unite, this unit gets plus 3,000 power. I'm really not sure about this guy because he's kind of like a worse version of Colton, an old card we have, which just gets the plus 3k when it Generation Break 1. I think this card might be more useful after the new support, when there might be more support for Unite. I know there is actually a booster in this set that works with Unite, so maybe that's why, but I'm not keen on this guy yet until we see what the new support is, if it helps out Unite a bit more. But he's good to have anyway, he's not a terrible card. And finally for grade 2s we have 2 Knight of Evening Glow Kapoor. He is a Superior Interceptor, which is when this unit intercepts, this unit gets plus 10,000k shield, so it's a 50k shield when he intercepts. He's pretty standard in Trial decks. You pretty much get, all clans get this when they get a Trial deck. So moving on to grade 1s, we have 4 of our 8k vanillas, which is Knight of Morning Sun Shadow Kimarcus? Oh, these names. Gold Paladin used to be so easy. Yeah, pretty standard. Good booster, good solid booster. 8k. Next we get 2 Knight of Red Day Runo. This is the one I was talking about a minute ago. He's Generation 1. When this unit boosts a unit with the Unite ability, the boosted unit gets an extra 2,000 power until the end of turn. Until the end of that battle, sorry. So actually behind the card I was talking about before, behind him, it makes a 21k column. So that is quite good. If you run both at 4, obviously you only get 2 copies of each, so that's not incredibly likely to happen with just one of the Trial decks. So if you run 2, you run 2 of them. That's a 21k column, so that actually is quite good. So yeah, that's all I have to say about him. And next, I'm very glad they've done this, where you get 4 copies of Dawning Knight Gaboruduct. I don't know, I gave up with that name. Yeah, we never got these in Trial decks previously. This is new, these usually comes in the sets. This is actually a reprint of a rare from GBT3, but he is your stride enabler. So from your hand, when paying for the cost to stride, this card gets grade +2, so you just drop him and you can stride instantly. And the secondary effect of when this unit is placed on rearguard circle from hand, so unfortunately it's from hand, it does state that specifically, so it can't be from the superior calling. You may pay the cost, which is to reveal a grade 3 from your hand, and then search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card with Gurgwit in its card name, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck, and then discard a card from hand. So if you don't have your Gurgwit but you have another grade 3 in hand, you can just throw this guy down from hand and search him out, so you've got him, because Gurgwit is your ideal Vanguard at grade 3, to help guard, to help call rear guards when you stride. So yeah, he's useful for both his effects. So I'm glad you get 4 of them as well. Next, you get 2 perfect guards, which is Holy Knight Candice. Another reason why you want to buy 2 if you don't have any Gold Paladins prior is because you want to be running perfect guards at 4. But if for some reason you don't know what perfect guard does is when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost, which is discard a card from hand. If you do, choose it to one of your units that is being attacked, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of battle. So it completely stops an attack. Finally, for grade 1s, we get free Kresgal, which is when this unit is placed on R, choose it to one of your other units, and it gets plus 2k for that turn. So just a little bit of power. It's a bit annoying he's a 6k, because with like 12k attackers, he could, if he was 7k, it could make 21. But unfortunately, he's not. But he's not terrible. He might be useful in certain situations, just to build up some numbers. And next, we're going to grade 0s. We get one of your Forerunner for this deck, which is Knight of Early Dawn Cole. Obviously, he's a Forerunner, and he has an ability of Generation Break 1, Unite. Yeah, when you're in Unite, you may put this unit into your soul, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, search up to one of them, call it to rearguard, call it to rearguard circle, shuffle your deck, and that unit gets plus 2k until the end of turn. So it's the same skill as Gurgwit, but only 3 cards instead of 4. And you have to be in Unite to use it. But it is a free cost. Obviously, you lose him, you put him in the soul, but then you get a call. But there's no counterblast or anything. So he's very good. I think he will replace the previous starter, the Rising Lionette, in my deck. But we'll see. I'm going to play test and see how things go. But he's a very good card. So moving on to triggers, you get 2 of the Ruthless Knight of Speed Attack criticals. New critical. I quite like his art, actually. You get 4 draws. Discerning Appraiser Donnelly. 4 stands, Imperative Owl. And 4 heals. 4 really nice art heals, actually. Gold Paladins have a lot of good heals. I usually run Napgull in most of my builds, but I think Curable is going to be my new heal for most of my decks now. So yeah, stand heal. I finally get 2 Flame of Victories, which is a reprint from set 6, I believe, the original set 6. He has an ability of Act from Rearguard. You may put this unit into your soul, and then you can choose one of your Gold Paladins, and it gets plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. So if you do, because you do a lot of superior calling in this deck, if you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and they're all triggers, but you happen to have this guy, it's not terrible if you throw him down, and then, you know, he's 4k, but you can move into the soul to give someone else power and then call someone else out instead. So you probably want to be running him at 4, and you do only get 2 in this deck. And this new arts, I think, is a lot nicer than the old one anyway. So yeah. And then you get a clan card. This one's really nice, actually. Really nice great art. And then it says Gold Paladin on the back. So if you do have one of those deck boxes that has like a window, these are really good to stick in, especially if you have a lot of similar deck boxes, so you can. But I like these clan cards. They're quite novel. I'm glad they put them in though. And finally, you get a promo copy. This is a reprint of a card from, is it Fighters Collection 2015, I believe, or 14? I think it's 15. But this is probably, in my opinion, one of the best Gold Paladin strides, and it's not even that good comparatively. But yeah, it's Golden Dragon, Scourge Point Dragon. His ability is when your unit is placed on rearguard from deck, that unit and this, is it this and that? That unit, yeah. This unit and the unit called get plus 5,000 power until the end of turn. So every time you call a card from deck, he gets 5,000 power, and the called unit will get 5,000 power. So if you call multiple in a turn, he will keep powering up, and obviously the rearguards you call out will keep powering up. So he's very good. If you know you've got set up, you know you're going to be calling a lot of stuff from deck. Superior calling, he's a very good card to run, and he's not limited to when you use him, so you can go in for a stride and then really go for a lot of damage early game. So I'm glad you get more of him, because I don't know how hard he is to get hold of now. He was a double rare, so if you do want more, he should be pretty easy to get hold of. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, I believe. Like I said, this card's getting support, this deck even is getting support in June, in G set 7. We're getting a stride version of Gurgwit, which I'm really interested to see what that does. I hope they get kind of something more than what they have right now. A lot of their strides just kind of call things, and they don't really give them any power, or nothing really gains criticals or anything. Like the old Gold Paladins used to do that a lot, or like Bluish Flames. like had guard restriction kind of thing and extra crits. So I want Gold Paladin, I want to see Gold Paladin start to get that back again, which hopefully they will. But yeah, like I said, if you are a new player, this is a very good deck to pick up. Mechanically, it's very simple, it's very kind to new players who just want to kind of get a feel for the game. Or if you're a veteran player, it's a fun deck. It's a lot of good fun. Obviously, like I said, it's very cheap, so just pick up 2, you've got a pretty decent deck already to get you going. So yeah, I might do a video on how to improve this, what to add to kind of change for now, until we get that new support, and then I'll probably do a full deck video when that does come out. But yeah, that'll do for now. This has been Ben from VGBlaster. Have a great day, guys. See you soon. Bye.